What up? What up? What's going on? Luke is in the building. First one here. We're gonna go over this nice play from today. I'm gonna share my screen and get started. Let me share the entire screen for everybody. We're gonna pull up this good old stock right here. And this is the one. This is the play that got the streets talking. We're going to see who's coming on into the chat just so we could, get a little bit of an audience before we start the breakdown. But we got Circle CRCL. So it was a quick day today. We took 2 trades. So we was 2 for 2 and we was done by, I think, 11. So 9:30 to 11 o'clock, hour and a half. If you guys got any questions, just drop it down in the chat. Let me take a look, see the comments. Let me know what you guys want to know about this setup, and I will break it down. Officially live. All right, so I'm trying to pull this video up so I could be able to see the comments at the same time. Not sure why YouTube is not allowing me to click it. But let's try again. But we got this 5-minute chart on the screen. And if I switch my screens on my laptop, you could see different time frames. This is the daily, so I'm going to remove this. I'm actually going to start from scratch. So we're going to create a whole new drawing so we could break this down clean. So you can see right there, that's where we started this entire stock, right? This is the day the stock was born on June 5th this year. All right, so that's very important, very, very, very important. And this went all the way up to 298.99, which is crazy within like 2 weeks. Insane. All right, let's see if I could click the video. All right, we in here. I can see who's in. All right. Sanai, what's good? Here to learn and share. What's good? Does this run similar to CoreWeave? So CRWV. That's a good question because I actually, well, for anyone who doesn't know, CoreWeave is another one that went crazy recently. I think they had an IPO this year, and we actually traded that one yesterday, and we made, I don't know, I forgot how much. We'll check, but I think at least 50% on CoreWeave or something. We'll look in the chat. But yeah, they do move pretty crazy. But I think Circle, looking at this chart, they both look crazy. It's kind of hard to compare and see which one is better. All right, here to learn says, what made you look at this ticker? All right, so that's a great question. Good question to start it off. So me, I'm a momentum trader, right? What does that mean? That means wherever there's a stock moving strong, I want to be there, right? I want to see if this is a stock that will go to the moon, right? Because that's what everybody wants. You don't want to get into a stock and it just sits there, right? Especially with options, because you're going to lose money just by the time going by. So momentum is what I train my eyes for. My whole system is based on capturing momentum, whether we going up, whether we going down. We just don't want it to see it go sideways, right? And I have a watch list. I have a watch list of like 80 stocks, which is full of the most highest probability stocks that will have momentum each day. Um, Obviously, not every stock is gonna go up that day, and we back at it. We had some technical difficulties. Gonna share my screen one more time. Let's get back in. All right, we back in action. Same link. Same link. All right. So I think I was giving you guys too much game. YouTube was like, "Yo, slow down, bro." But I ended up going to ChatGPT to show you guys what I would do if I don't know what this company does. Because honestly, I still don't really know off the top of my head what they do. I just know good momentum, right? Appreciate y'all coming back on in for sure. We're gonna hopefully explain this before anything else happens. But yeah, so the momentum is the main reason why I am just in love with this stock, and I'm looking at this daily chart. So whenever you start out, you want to look at the bigger time frame. I like to look at the weekly. You could go there just to see what it looks like. And this is interesting because what I teach, especially from our charting workshop, is that you should be drawing levels at all four locations on a candle when it's a higher time frame. So what that means is each candle gives you four levels: a high, a low, a open, and close. So just looking at this stock, I could see this is the close of the first candle ever on the weekly chart. And you could see that's exactly where the price came down to. And if you understand trading 101, what was once a resistance, right? And you see how we broke through that resistance, it could turn into support. And life could be that simple, right? And that's at 107.65, and the price pushed up to 137 in 1 week. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my daily chart. So that's just one reason why we could have bounced, right? Well, why we did bounce and then continue. This is the daily chart. I'm gonna pull out my fibs, and this is the second reason. All right, I don't gotta go there. I could just go right here. Now the Fibonacci is like nature's measurement tool, right? You can find Fibonacci sequences in the universe, in the ocean, in your body. So it's a ratio that says this 618, 61.8% level is a high probable um, level to use for the price to bounce whenever we retrace. So being that we went all the way up here, um, we're trickling down, trickling down. Where could we bounce at? This is the first one I'm looking at where we kind of did bounce, right? You got some good money. Doesn't mean that it's bulletproof because we pretty much broke through it. But then the second level will be 78.6. That's where we came down to. And you can see, if you guys understand my system, if you guys took any of my courses, mentorships, whatever, you can see that candle did not close under the red line. All right, that gave us a signal. Obviously, you see this one. There's more explanation to why the play is still alive, even though this candle did close below the red line. And you can see we eventually held this red line and then pushed up today. All right. So just understanding that, hey, we have a lot of momentum. we pulled back a significant amount. We pulled back to a high probable level where we could bounce. And now we could go to the lower time frames. So this is the 4 hour chart, right? This is after the fact. This is the 5 minute chart. Now you can see how clean the price is using this 78.6 level from that higher time frame. And that's why you always want to start with a higher time frame, because the levels are just a lot more accurate. So if you're using a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, you getting your levels from there. It's not going to be as accurate as the higher time frame, right? So you see that the candle closes. It's so clean, right? It's amazing to see how clean it is. But when the market open, what I'm doing, I'm looking to see what stocks are up, what stocks are down, and Circle happened to be part of the ones that was up. You can see now this was the biggest percentage gain on the day, right? This is 17% in one day that is up. The next one, well, the second best is Hims at 8%. You got Baba, IONQ, and then you got Tesla at 6%. And Tesla had a pretty big move. So this was a great call out. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good call out. And Luke gave me my flowers first thing in the morning. When I alerted it. So we'll go to the Discord and we're gonna see how I broke this down in the Discord. I think this gives you pretty much all the details you need. Um, this is probably the most that I've explained a stock live in the Discord, like play by play. So if you guys have not joined, it is totally worth it. All right. I'm not gonna hype myself up. I'm gonna let everybody else do that. All right. But I just take care of business. Right. Come on through and you're gonna see. So Circle main call, Circle calls is the main watch, right? I'll be in trader mode, so I type like a robot sometimes. It's not like full English. So we got 9:37 on the clock. That's only 7 minutes into the market open. That means only one 5 minute candle has formed. So if we go to that 5 minute chart, this is what I'm looking at, right? So imagine if you're able to spot everything that's happening, the significance of this setup just by one 5 minute candle. So eventually, once you study the right things, have the right mentor, and if you want to speed up your learning curve, you'll be able to understand how to spot setups like this. And then obviously, we hopped in at some point. So I'm gonna get straight to that part by going back to the Discord so we could recap. Now I said it was on watch because I wasn't sure if it was gonna maybe pull back or keep going. You don't want to just hop in right away. And there's certain things you want to pay attention to. Now, in this case, I seen how strong it was moving. I seen the conviction, and I said, you know what? I'm hopping in. I'm not waiting. Right? I'm not waiting. Welcome. ADO in the building. What's going on? Yeah, circle move super quick, right? So usually, I'll call it out and we have a whole tab for trades. But if it's moving fast, then I'm gonna just let people know in the chat room. Man, this thing keeps cutting out. It's crazy. Crazy, man. This thing keeps cutting out. Dang, you guys know what was the last thing that I said? I think I got most of it. Hopefully I got most of it. But I just finished explaining how that contract turned from $1.60 to $5. And I was able to get a nice exit using this line. And I got this line from the 5-minute chart. I don't know if the video cut out, but I did a whole rundown on where I got this line from. We did our research, and so let me just recap that one time, because I think. Oh, okay, my bad. Good. Thanks for letting me know. See, this is why I need an assistant for real. Like, my mind is too tunnel vision. When I'm locked in, I'm locked in. Let me yeah, YouTube is on one right now. I don't know what's going on. But we're gonna have to move these classes to Zoom eventually. I mean, I had my classes on Zoom, but I wanted to do something different and pull up YouTube because it's been a while. But we'll figure this out after the class on how we could keep it going. We do want to grow the community. I'm not gonna lie. We want to spread the word, right? So if you got friends who wants to understand this trading stuff, let them know. Let them know, like, yo, this is a safe space. All right, let me know if you guys got any questions, but I'm gonna just quickly go back and explain where this level came from, because if you guys knew where this level was, one, that was a perfect level to take profit, and then two, you could have grabbed some puts and made money on the downside as well. All right, so this is 133 and some change. I pretty much just look to the left, so zoom out and drag it. Let me know if you guys could see as well, because I know Luke did say he wasn't able to see the screen. But let me see, 133 is right there. So we're gonna zoom in and show you why I chose this level. All right, Luke says we are good to go. So this is 131. And all I'm doing is drawing levels at highs. So that's a high. Look to the left, that's a high. But this high is different because it's stronger. It hit once, it got hit twice, and this is the original level where I see we drew it from. So not only was it used as resistance, it was also used as support. All right, so that exact level right there. So you see how the candles react: resistance, support, and kind of support, but then it got broken through, and then eventually was used as resistance, and that's why this level was important. And then the next one up is like 135.90 something. So if we zoom or fast forward back to today, this is exactly where the candle, it talked to us, right? The candle has a language, and it told us, like, yo, we're not trying to go past this level right now. So what did I do? I got out of the trade right now, and I took my money, my $1.60 to $5, and got out, and that was that. It pulled back. The contracts went down, but eventually, it used this area, right, this previous resistance area, as support, created some higher highs, higher lows, and eventually worked its way back up to the next level. Now, this is important because it did close above this 135, 136 level, which means we could see some continuation to the upside. All right. So maybe in the morning we might see it, maybe at some point. So yeah, that's that. That's the circle play. And from that first trade, if you took one contract, that would have been like 100, probably almost $200, and then that second trade would have been about $300. So, total cost, it would have cost you under $300. So the first trade was $130. Second trade cost $160. So that's $290 total, to make $800. Well, not make $800 profit, but it turned into 800. So if you minus 800, if you take 800 minus 300, yes, $500 profit, and that's how we came up with this whole headline of the $500 trade. And this was all done within, let's see, about an hour. All right, so this candle was 135. Remember, we entered at 9:35, or that candle, so literally in 1 hour. All right, so that was insane percentage, um done the right way, done with the right reasons, done with the right risk management, and done, in my opinion, I had good decent psychology. And yeah, we're just gonna use this same method with our other stocks. We also have other strategies to use, and as long as we just respect risk management, as long as we don't fall for greed, then we're gonna likely be millionaires, right? And is that's the formula. You gotta have a strategy. You gotta have you gotta know what good risk management is. And I like to say money management, because risk is just one side of the equation. You also have reward, because let's say you take a good you do good risk, but you're just holding on to this trade forever, and then you lose all your reward. So you got to know how to manage money. Even when you're winning, you got to know how to maybe scale out, scale in. So those are all part of how to manage your money. Obviously, strategy, that's what I teach as well. And then the mindset is like the icing on the cake. All right. So if you guys got any questions, let me know. But the big thing that's happening right now, or it's coming up actually, is the $500 to 10K challenge. So I created a whole blueprint on how to take $500 to $10,000 the right way. That's the difference, right? So the same way how I explained this, how to trade and all the parts that goes into this trade the right way, I have a whole blueprint, right, of how exactly do you trade $500 to $10,000. In my opinion, well, not my opinion, the formula shows that it could be done within 2 to 4 months, based on your skill level, based on the market. It could happen quicker than that, right? It could happen take longer than that, but the blueprint is the blueprint, and it's here. So this is gonna be a challenge that we're gonna have, for a few people who wants to take this on. It's gonna be a very small price for what you're getting. It's gonna be $97, so less than 100. And you're gonna get guidance for 30 days, right? And we're gonna be a team for 30 days. You can get access to trades, get access to guidance, and that's that. I'm gonna have more details later. But if you guys do want to take part in this challenge, all right, all you gotta do is send me a DM. For now, I'll put the link. Right, I'm gonna put the link in the bio if you guys want to join. If you guys want to, I do have someone that I'm working with on this side right now to pretty much build up some extra social proof for you guys. That hey, it is possible, because people see this and they're like, hey, is that really possible? Well, I'm gonna show you. So if you guys want to be part of like the behind the scenes, then just send me a DM. Let me know, or you could also just click this link and I'll reach out to you directly. You know, just go ahead. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. So yeah, that's the main course, and I'm just here. If you guys got any questions, we could break down any setups, anything you want to look at. We got Tesla. Tesla is a one that is moving. I almost called it out, but I was done for the day. I didn't want to I didn't want to, tease you guys like, oh, I'm coming back into the chat. But now I had a Tesla on watch this ever since it had this move up to the supply zone. And I'm like, this is moving pretty strong. Um, and you can see the volume. And long story short, this went from 350 up to 370 in one day. This is big. So keep Tesla on watch for tomorrow. Keep on Tesla on watch next week. You can see hymns right next to it. See that volume, how it was a little bit low, kind of increased, and then increased some more today. That's giving you a heads up that we could have some movement to the upside coming up. All right. So let's see anything else. SPY obviously hit all-time highs again today. For some reason in my mind, I'm seeing 675, right? So maybe 678, 676 might hit that and then start to take a drive down. So just keep those numbers on watch. Luke says Adobe. Let's take a look at Adobe real quick. Oh yeah, this is one thing to mention about that exit. Even on the 1 minute chart on Circle, this is the candle that really told me. This is the candle that really told me, hey, yeah, get out. So we look at the 5 minute from before, but this one is so clean. You can see how it rejected, candle closed under it, and then you had that engulfing red candle, which confirms that bearish pressure, which could have, helped you to grab some puts and make some money to the downside. All right. So not only could you make money going up, you can make money going down. But to each your own, whichever direction you decide. Luke says, I hope I do that demand zone properly. So let's look at what he dropped in the chat, general chat room. Bow. All right, Adobe, this is what you got. Now, when you look at a chart, you always want to ask, what time frame am I looking at? All right, so I don't know this platform too much. It looks like Webull, I think. I can't really see the time frame, but based using my common sense, if I see the dates here, this is 6:30, 11:30. I'll probably say it's like a daily chart or a weekly chart. And it's looking pretty clean, so I would say the weekly. All right. So there's not even knowing what time frame this is. I would say this is the weekly. And Luke says this is Webull, and this is the monthly time frame. So I was close. I was decently close. It's not the weekly, not the daily, but it's even cleaner. All right, it's the monthly chart. So let's pull up Adobe and let's see. He says hopefully he drew it right. And my brother, you are on point. You are absolutely on point. Yeah. So the way he drew this, you could see price went up and it came down. It respected this zone and then a push right back up. It came back down. What is it doing right now? Respecting the zone. This is amazing. Not only is it does it have one level, right? One key level, but it also has a trend line that I'm seeing here that looks like it's aligning with as well. So that's confluence, which is pretty strong. Adobe and Oracle. I don't know why they seem to pair up in my mind. So let's take a look at Adobe really quick, and that will probably be the last thing, unless somebody else wants to take have something else for us. So Adobe. All right, Adobe. Okay, I actually got this charted up. This is looking crazy. Let's go to the monthly. I see why you went to the monthly, because this thing moves up and down like ridiculous. So I'm gonna start with a fresh chart, create new drawing. I don't like when my volume bars are on this part. I don't know why it's like that, because it kind of confuses people and all these little things. I gotta clean that up. But doing exactly what let's just zoom out. Let's see how far. Dang, 2013, $40. 2021, $6.99. So 2020, 2021 was the year this one really just went into a different dimension. 2022 into 2023 is when it pulled back and did another nice push. But let's replicate that same drawing. Bow. And just start this rectangle right there, and I'm gonna just extend it right there. All right, there you go. Cool. Now you see this did close under this zone, but there's also other demand zones. Like I see this red candle there. Like I said, there's always a reason why the price bounces. All right, demand zone, demand zone, demand zone. All right, so that's what I teach in my course. That's what I teach in my workshops and in my Discord. If you guys want to learn how to do that, but that's how you could get some really accurate levels to see where the price is likely to bounce. All right, so we pushed up, came down. Now let's try to replicate that trend line. So there we go. I actually like this one better. This green candle. I'm gonna connect it to there and there. This is absolutely beautiful. It's really good. It's really good. This is the monthly chart, so you might not be able to see any pre-market activity. So if I just zoom to the left, I'm gonna go to the 4-hour and see if we hit that. If we hit any levels, I gotta switch to drawing in order to see that. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. All right. So yeah, we could adjust this line, but it looks pretty solid to me. And based on the 4-hour chart, we was going down in August, and then we kind of went up in late August. We went down, went up. But with all these ups and downs, we could pay attention to just what are the true lows doing, right? This is a low, and then this is a low, and you can see these lows are getting higher and higher, which is a signal of uptrend. From this part, these highs are getting higher. So this high is higher than this one. And then you obviously had this high as well. So let's see if we could draw something, get some sort of trend line. So we're looking for some confluence. And we want to draw this as best as we can, just like that. All right, that's cool. I like to get fancy sometimes and duplicate the lines and see what we could get. If we get like a nice visual of a channel. All right. So you can see this is a nice little channel was bouncing up and down. Now it did satisfy the upper channel and came back down recently. Okay, this is earnings. I see. So I do think we have a chance to head back up. I don't know, maybe. It's giving vibes that it could go up and it could go down. We got this candle close below. Now overall on the higher time frame, it looks like we could go up. On this lower time frame, things could get a little bit confusing. As you can see, Adobe is already a confusing stock in like the short term. It could go up, it could go down, pretty choppy. But just focusing on the bigger time frame, it could give us some clean signals if we just wait long enough. But definitely does have some momentum. You see that volume, and going into tomorrow, we want to mark some levels. So we're just gonna draw the previous high. So this one here, we'll draw this 64.72. Now, if you want to be super accurate, you want to make sure you correct those levels. And then let's see this one here. I like this one because it's a daily high. I won't be able to see this pre-market level on the daily chart. So this is the one that's going to pop out to most investors, which aligns with the same one right there. Let's take a look and see if we close above this level on the lower time frame, which looks like we did. So this 170 something level, we're going to take the close, which is 72.80 something. And that's going to be a level to keep on watch. This one as well, 382.50. And we also have some support here, 357. So we're creating our range. These are some solid levels that we could keep on watch for tomorrow. So 357, 372 and some change, and then 382 and some change. So if you guys are swing trading, if you guys are day trading, these levels could be good. Now, if we break through those levels, where could we head to? Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go back to that 4 hour. And I am seeing this 386.70 and then this 392.76 if we happen to go up. If we go down, then I do see this red candle here. The open, I'm going to draw that at 356.80. What, 356? Yeah, 356.80. Right there. I mean, you could draw like a demand zone, right? But I'm gonna just keep it as a level, so I don't have this huge box sitting on my screen. But that's how the demand zone would look like, and that's why this top level here of that open of the red candle is very important. So great, amazing job, Luke. Appreciate you, man, throwing this on the radar for us, because this is good. All right, so I think this is enough for today. You guys asked some great questions. My bad for the YouTube going in and out, man. I don't know. I gotta see how we could fix this, but I think we did great, man. Any questions? Let me know. Let me know how I did. Let me know how you guys are doing. And the whole goal here is to make some money. Get straight to the point, right? But in order to make the money, we got to understand what we're doing. And like I said, there's three parts to this. There is money management, strategy, and psychology. So if any one of those are not at the top level where you know it could be, then just reach out. Let me know. Need some help. I got you. And let me know if you guys want to sign up for that 500 to 10K challenge. We'll learn how to trade the right way and, have some money for the holidays. All right. So I'll see you guys in the Discord. Hit the link in the bio if you guys want to join. Send me a DM. All right. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.